Hello CA 150 students. This video is to orient you to a couple revision techniques that I hope you'll find helpful as you approach your A4 revisions. So my hope is that by now you've identified which assignment, A1, A2, or A3 offers the best, most fruitful opportunities to dive into substantial revisions. And I'd like you to have that piece available to you as well as the original assignment sheet for that piece, some sort of mechanism for tracking your changes, and the hierarchy of rhetorical concerns for that assignment sheet. So these are all materials that you'll need in order to complete these revisions. Okay, so here are the materials: a highlighter or pen, or a highlighter feature on Word, or track changes, a copy of your piece, the assignment sheet, and hierarchy of rhetorical concerns. Now, the first method is what I call triaging. Like when somebody goes to the ER and they need triaging, it's like, what are the major things that you need to focus on first? So first, in the method of triaging, from which you'll develop your to-do list for your revisions, as well as dive into some of the bigger ones, you're going to first consider the hierarchy of rhetorical concerns and refamiliarize yourself with it and with the goals of the assignment as delineated on the assignment sheet. So you want to think about, what is the purpose of the assignment? Who is the audience of the assignment? What does development look like in that assignment? Then I'd like you to reread what is now a draft of that assignment. I'd like you to reread it thinking about the hierarchy of rhetorical concerns yourself, as well as the comments that I have made that might identify some of those major pieces of the hierarchy that need focus. And then you're going to mark in places or highlight sections where you see big issues. These are issues with purpose, focus, thesis, organization, development of the evidence, etc. These are like the big deals. These are the things that you need to triage. And then identify what the issue is and mark it on the page. So let's say you identify your thesis needs some help. What does it need help with? Oh, there's no audience that's in that thesis, or the thesis doesn't really help anticipate the organization of the paper, that sort of thing. So you want to identify, by thinking metacognitively about writing and the hierarchy of rhetorical concerns and the kind of work that you're going to put into this revision, what needs to happen with that piece? Does it need evidence? Is the writing incoherent? Is the thesis not clear? That sort of thing. Generate a list in order of importance, following the hierarchy of rhetorical concerns, that is a to-do list for that assignment. Okay, so that's the big stuff. That's the stuff that you would look at first in your revisions. These are the substantial revisions that you are making. Another method is called hot spotting. And I like hot spotting for when you're kind of attached to components of your writing, like maybe you really, really love your topic sentence and you want to retain that language. This is a method that will help you retain your darlings rather than killing your darlings, as I've said before. So there's this expression like kill your darlings. Those are the things that are holding you back from good writing. But sometimes you want to retain your darling, and that's also your right as the author. So for hot spotting, you're going to reread your draft, marking places where you think your writing is really, really working. So you want to mark in a different way than the way that you marked in your triaging method. What aspects of your writing are really good here? This could be as simple as a single sentence that expresses clearly a central idea, that makes connections between a few ideas, etc., or that contains a piece of evidence that is particularly interesting or central. It could be even sections of your work that you think are working very well. That's a hot spot. That's sort of the opposite of the triage, the thing that needs triaging. So you're going to copy one of these hot spots onto the top of a clean page. This is if you were to do this method. Then put your draft aside. So then you're going to work from there, like starting with a clean slate. Like, okay, I'm going to start with this thesis statement again, this topic sentence for this paragraph. And then I'm going to look at the 3 pieces of evidence that I need to put in here, but rather than just importing the kind of bad development that I have or the underdevelopment that I had before, I'm going to start with my topic sentence, know that I'm going to use these 3 pieces of evidence, and work from that topic sentence forward. So this is a way of generating new writing rather than trying to sort through a lot of weeds to find the good writing. This is something that you can repeat as many times as it feels right. So this might be something that you do after addressing in triage mode the bigger components of your essay, you might do hotspotting 3 or 4 times. And this can be in short spurts for 5 to 10 minutes. This can be longer spurts, 15 to 20 minutes. And then what you'll do after you have your hotspotted paragraphs is you'll rebuild your essay back together, incorporating those hotspots. Okay, so these are 2 methods for revision that you should practice for your A4. For your discussion post due Friday, I've asked that you at least do the triaging method for one really big paragraph that needs a lot of help. Or you can do the hot spotting method. Either one works. I just want you to practice these forms of revision. And I've detailed the other components of that discussion in the discussion post prompt.